Okay, what's up folks? Welcome back for another video. I decided since I ran through the rain today I should do a bike maintenance, bike cleaning, chain clean video. Since yeah, my chain's a little dry and it probably got a little dirty. So I got my chain cleaner. I spray this on there, degreaser. Basically it's rid of all the old grease on the chain so that I can inspect my chain better, take a look at it, make sure nothing's messed up. I got my chain lube, which I'm going to apply after this stuff is off. I wipe it off. Sometimes I like to take the bike for a ride to kind of fling that stuff off. You can let it sit. It's not too bad if you leave it on there, but I just don't like a lot of degreaser on there. If I'm going to spray grease onto it, what's the point, right? And then I got my spray polish cleaner, polishes and protects. This stuff is kind of awesome, but it also confuses me. It's like moisturizing hand soap. It's like, when does it know when to clean and when to polish? Like if you wash your hands and you got moisturizing hand soap, am I just moisturizing the germs? Are the germs dead and off my hands and then the lotion part kicks in? I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works, but I like it. It works pretty good. So actually, I'm going to inspect my chain before I get too deep into it. And also, before you do any maintenance, get the owner's manual, service manual. For this guy, I'm going to teach you where to look. So, boom, right there. If you look, I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Those bushings, seals, and rollers. The rollers are the center part. This guy here, boop, roller, because they roll. These are the seals. Those are the X-rings that basically sandwich in between the plates on the outside of the chain and the inside of the chain to keep this nice and tight, but it also helps seal the grease that is inside of this roller to let your chain roll smoothly, because not only does it move around, but these rollers roll individually. So you roll your chain fast first, see if there's any binding or wiggling. I mean, it's shaking because I'm rolling it very violently, but then you roll it slow, see each plate, see if there's any locking up. If you haven't seen my chain install video for my 650 that I did, go ahead and check that out. It goes over a lot of this fairly closely. I'll try to get an up close shot with the GoPro, maybe if it turns on. For those little plastic X-rings in there, those guys, once they go bad or if they break, they will actually have little slivers of rubber sticking out of the side of the plate, and you'll hear like a squeak sound. It means that your plate and X-ring are dry and they're rubbing against each other, and it's very annoying. So let's get to it. I already got my pan set out because usually there's a leak point either at the front sprocket or down here at the rear sprocket where the grease starts to pool and drip down because of the degreaser. So what we're just gonna do is spray, use the left hand, spray myself in the eye, because why not? Spray and roll. Very, very gently. You don't have to be violent, you don't have to keep this thing mashed down. Okay, so it's coated pretty well. So try to get it a little bit on these plates too. Now when you're spraying your lube back on, it's not so much the plates that you have to worry about. It's the bushings and everything in the middle of these plates, because if you spray everything out here, that's on the surface. It's not going to do anything for your actual rolly parts. You want to get everything in here where the bind points and the moving joints are. So, grunge brush, use it this way, like that, or rip them teeth in there, roll that there tire. As you can see, I think I got some drip in my pan already up front. It's just from experience, dealing with this bike, dealing with other bikes, cleaning my chain. So the grunge brush, of course, knocks all of the harder sediment stuff that I've got in my chain out. Just loosens it up real nice, and I go the opposite direction as well. Kind of like brushing teeth up and down, left to right. And then, oh no, my towel. Stupid nature and the wind blowing and me wanting natural light in my damn garage. Okay. Hey, which way was going? Up. Alright, I feel like I got enough. The baby in the pan. And now let me take a look at what I got here. I had some surface rust on quite a few of my plates. Well, maybe not quite a few. As you can see, they're rolling on smoothly to the teeth. Another thing, I'm pointing. I'm not sticking my finger in between the teeth. This thing, if I rolled it any farther, pinch the tip of my finger off, because I'm not made of metal. Spot there, a little darker spot. You can see them a little bit better once the chain cleaner stuff's on there. Also, I'm inspecting the sprockets, but I know my sprockets are good because I just put new tires on. And that's just the gist of it, guys. That's how you double check your chain. So the next part of this is going to be me just wiping this baby down. Get my towel. Oh, I already had one out. Look at me. Prepared. So, like to go like so. Keeping my fingers away from either set of teeth. Going this way as I'm rolling the chain back, or going that way. I just like to roll. Now, there are other ways to do this. There are plenty of people to teach you how to clean your chain. Like I said, none of my videos are really instructional videos. This is just me, how I'm doing it. And I take my fingertips, I like to get right on top of those rollers. I do this quite a few times. I do it here at the back of the bike, and I also do it towards the front of the bike. Wipe that down a little bit. My high-speed grease is still in there, high temperature grease on me. Keep my fingers away from the teeth. And I'll just let this towel roll over. I want to get as much of that old crap off as possible. And your towel will eventually become fairly clean. So I'm going to just keep doing this for a few minutes, and then I'm going to wipe these here teeth down, get them all nice and shiny. And I'll pop the video back on when it's time to apply the lube.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, that took about, I don't know, 5-7 minutes, something like that. Never going to get all the old grime off, but I think I did a pretty good job. And now I'm looking at my exterior plates. Hopefully you can see a difference between, I'll try to throw up probably a still photo of, you know, dirty chain, clean chain, and then freshly lubed chain. You can see all three stages. But right at this point, I'm just being like super meticulous. But teeth look good, of course, because they looked good before. External plates, the rust that I thought I saw, I mean, it was there, but it was like that little spot, little stain surface. It's not really impeding my plate's function or anything like that. I got no locked up rollers. She's good to go. So let's juice her up. A lot of people like to do the spray and pray method. I mean, I think it makes it really messy. I try to use this as long as possible, as long as this stupid straw doesn't fall out. So I'll shake her up. And like I said, like I hope you saw on the illustration, you want to get the spray right in there. See? Nice. Yeah, so I don't know what happened, but my video cut out right when I was getting into the good stuff of spraying this here chain. So I'm not going to redo it for illustrative purposes, because I don't like staging my videos, and two, I'm going to put too much oil, lube on my chain. So basically I sprayed ever so lightly between the bushings, the rollers, and the plates. You don't necessarily have to spray out here on the plates. You're going to get some on there anyway. No matter what you try to do, even if you try to avoid it, you're going to get some on the plates. That's perfectly fine. Just roll the chain and you will see a visual line of where you started to where you end up, and once those two meet, you're good to go. You don't have to make this thing super gunky where it looks like Vaseline. You know, you don't want a sloppy looking chain because it takes away from the look of your bike, and you definitely don't want too much lube on there because it slings and it just makes everything dirty. Actually, it'll attract more dirt than anything. Now I'm going to go ahead and spray the bike down with the polish cleaner. I'm not going to video all of that because why would I? I'm going to just throw up some still shots of the various stages of me spraying this thing down. You know, I could have sprayed this before I clean the chain. I like to clean the chain first because it takes the longest. You know, I could have cleaned the rims, but I'm going to get some spray from the chain on the rims. You always get something a little bit somewhere. As long as it's not too much, you're fine. This stuff does make your bike shiny. Shiny equals slippery, and you don't want to get it on your tires because you don't want to lose your grip, obviously, front or rear. You definitely don't want it on your foot pegs because I'm gonna just say it doesn't feel cool when your foot slips off when you're not expecting it to. Yeah, so I'm gonna spray this puppy down, clean her up. She's gonna be all nice and pretty. Now I'm gonna be happy. I didn't overspray, obviously, because there's not a lot of gunk, pile up or drip from a chain. Actually, I think I'm fairly good at it. I've done it so many times now that I don't really overshoot my mark too much. Ignore that. That is a project I've been assigned by my wife for my daughter's birthday, so you can just ignore that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.